Hello students, today we are going to discuss about another very interesting topic associated with the communication theory, which is involving the random processes and the noise which we encountered in the communication theory. And this is known as filtered noise processes. Filtered noise processes means what will happen when the noise is processed through certain filter. Now, in practical cases, we always aware that whenever there is a processing of signal is going on, that is a signal is moving from one stage to another stage, generally it is passed through filter, whether it is a low pass filter or band pass filter. We had analyzed it in the case of amplitude and modulation and angle modulation, and in the as well as in the pulse code modulation as well. So we had observed that there is certain filtering operation. Now what these filters do? This filter separates the signal from a set of signal which is occupying larger frequency band. So our objective is to search out that particular filter which is of our interest. For example, when you take the modulated signal, we as far as the, let us say, amplitude modulation is concerned, we are aware that signal is available at FC plus FM value. So we need not to worry about all the frequency component which is present in the signal or the present in the received signal, but we are interested in what is the signal value at precisely FC plus FM value. So we should filter out that particular value. So that is the basic requirement behind filtering operation. So what we observed that generally we had observed in the case of white noise, because we had observed that the thermal noise is fundamentally represented as a white noise. So when white noise is processed through a filtering operation, that is, it is filtered by certain stage from one stage to another stage. So this filtered noise becoming a band pass process, because white noise means it is available at every frequency, but once you are filtering it, you are restricting the signal to a certain particular frequency band, and in general we observe that it is a band pass process. So what is the meaning of band pass process? It implies that the power spectral density is located away from the zero frequency and is mainly located at some frequency, let us say FC, which is far from the zero frequency and larger than the bandwidth of the process. So we are simply assuming that this power spectral density is centered about FC and which is far away from the zero frequency or the low pass frequency, you can say that. Now in band pass process, sample functions are band pass signal. We had observed that what are the random processes? Random processes are nothing but the certain collection of certain sample functions. So if the process is band pass, it implies that whatever the constituent sampling functions are or sample functions are, they are all band pass in nature. So we can say that whatever band pass signal we are observing corresponding to the band pass process, they are having band pass nature, and this signal can be expressed in terms of in phase and quadrature phase component. So what are in phase and quadrature phase component? Fundamentally, any signal can be represented in terms of x-axis and y-axis representation, and this x and y component are termed as in phase and quadrature phase component respectively. So in this particular discussion, we will explore band pass noise processes and properties of in phase and quadrature phase processes, and you will observe that this is very much helpful to understand the basic analysis of system. And as far as the in phase and quadrature phase components are concerned, we had already gone through them when we had studied about Hilbert transform. You can look into that particular Hilbert transform analysis where we had discussed about in phase and quadrature phase component in great detail. Now I am concentrating our discussion on the in phase and quadrature phase components of the signal. Let us say the modulated signal be given as xt is equal to a cos 2 pi fct plus theta. You can observe that this is the general form of the angle modulated signal. So if I try to represent this signal, I can represent it in this the form of xt xt is equal to a cos 2 pi fct plus theta, it can be represented or expanded as the formula of cos a plus b. So it's nothing but a cos theta into cos 2 pi fct minus a sin theta into sin 2 pi fct. Now, if I say that this cos 2 pi fct is representing the x-axis and sin 2 pi fct is representing the y-axis. So due to cos 2 pi fct is the positive x-axis and minus sin 2 pi fct representing minus y-axis. So I can represent this signal in the form of xc cos 2 pi fct minus xs sin 2 pi fct, where xc and xs are a cos theta and a sin theta respectively. So in other form, this signal can be written as, if I am taking it represented in the form of a complex notation. So cos 2 pi fct is nothing but real part of the signal, sin 2 pi fct is nothing but the imaginary part of the signal. So this signal xt can be written as xc plus jxs, and in the form of polar notation it is nothing but a into e to the power j theta, where e to the power j theta will represent the polar representation. Now, if this is for the monotonic signal, if I say that at and theta t, this is basically they are amplitude and phase are the time function of the signal, and they are small varying signal. So this XLT can be represented as at e to the power j theta t. Basically there is time variation in, or the small time variation in amplitude as well as phase of the signal. Then xt can be written as real part of at into e to the power j2 pi fct plus theta t. So if you expand this expression, you will get at cos theta t into cos 2 pi fct minus at sin theta t sin 2 pi fct. So it is nothing but xt is equal to xct cos 2 pi fct minus xst sin 2 pi fct. So these xct and xst of band pass signals are slowly varying signal, because at and xct is represented by at cos theta t. At is slowly varying signal and theta t is also slowly varying signal. So in nutshell, xct is slowly varying signal. Similarly for xst, so these xct and xst are showing us the low pass signal. So this is the basic representation behind the input in phase and quadrature phase components of the signal. Further, we can concentrate on the filtered noise process. Now assume that xt is the output of an ideal bandpass filter of bandwidth W. So we are presuming that xt is the output of a band, because we had observed that our interest is what the filtered process is. So what is the filtered random process is? So simply we can say that xt is representing the output of ideal bandpass filter, which is having the bandwidth of W, located at frequencies around fc. So we can represent it by two possible filter transfer function. One, that is h1f, where mod of f minus fc is less than or equal to W and with amplitude 1. So you can observe that f minus fc is less than or equal to W when f is greater than fc, that is fc is in between fc plus w to fc minus fw. By solving this inequality, you can observe this one. Another can be represented as mod of f is lies between fc and fc plus w. So here the signal is in between fc and fc plus w. Again, it can be solved with the help of the representation by solving this inequality. So this h1f or h2f are h1f and h2f are the two possible representation of the filtered noise process. Now, since the thermal noise is white and Gaussian, so the filtered thermal noise will also be Gaussian but not white, because we had observed that whenever a Gaussian signal is passed through a LTI system, whatever output is, it will be also Gaussian. But we cannot say the same thing for the white, because white is saying that frequency component is, every frequency component is having certain power, But when we are filtering it, so we are restricting that one. So it simply says that the filtered noise process will be Gaussian but not white in nature. The power spectral density of filtered noise will be expressed as SXF N0 by 2 HF square. We had observed this expression in the previous lecture when we discussed about the noise filtering and what the LTI response is. So it is the same thing. SXF is equal to N0 by 2 HF square, and it is the same, can be written as N0 by 2 into HF. We use the property of ideal filter that HF square is equal to HF. Now we are presuming this H1F is equal to H2F for our simplicity of the analysis. So the resultant power spectral density, in the initial case we had taken the value 1, but now it is N0 by 2. So resultant power spectral density will be Sx1F is equal to N0 by 2 for mod of F minus Fc less than or equal to W, and for the corresponding second possible process it will be N0 by 2 for mod of F in between Fc plus W. So all band pass filtered noise signals have in phase and quadrature phase component that are low pass signal, which we had analyzed in terms of the representative analysis when we discussed about the in phase and quadrature phase component. So we had discussed it. Now this band pass signal can be represented as xct cos 2 pi fct minus xst sin 2 pi fct. So these xct and xst are the in phase and quadrature phase component respectively, which are low pass processes. So this equation can also be represented as in the polar form xt is equal to at cos 2 pi fct plus theta t. So this expression had been dissolved into or simplified into this particular form, and where at and theta t are nothing but the low pass random processes. Now the properties of in phase and quadrature phase processes. So for